You've been on the inside of KDE and sort of through much of this process of moving towards Senate Bill 1 or Senate Bill 1, which is all going to start in a few, actually practically before you know it. What would you say to Lexington that people of Lexington, they need to know, parents need to know to be ready for this and what to expect when it comes down?
I think that we have got to communicate to our parents that we believe that Senate Bill 1 is going to increase the rigor and relevance for our students, and that these standards are internationally benchmarked, and that our students are going to get a much deeper and rigorous instruction and a more quality education through our school system with Senate Bill 1. I think we have to have a strategic plan on how we're going to communicate these changes and these core standards to our parents, and that is something that I would like to do, is put that communication plan in place. I don't think that we have done a good job so far with communicating to our parents the importance and the impact that these Kentucky academic core standards are going to have on the teaching and learning that's going to take place in our school districts for the next few years.
Should that include telling parents that you might see your kids' scores drop somewhat as they move into this step?
I am not so sure that that is what I would communicate. I'm sure that I probably do not, that I differ with some of my colleagues. My expectations are never going to be negative expectations. So I would expect that it wouldn't happen. So I think you get what you expect. So I think if we do a good job with implementing the standards, we provide the professional development for the teachers, and we provide some support when we see that we may not be going as we needed for them to go, then my expectation is that students will master the content, and when we assess that, they will do very well.
What is your plan for helping FCPS prepare for the new Kentucky Core Academic Standards, Senate Bill 1 implementation, and the new end-of-course assessments, which will begin in 2011-2012 school year?
I think that a lot of the work with Senate Bill 1 has already started to take place. One of the things when the legislation was created, the one thing that was resounding across the state was that we wanted to make sure that we provided enough professional development for our teachers. We want to make sure that when we implement these standards in next school year, that teachers are ready to do that, they have enough training to do that, because we want them to make sure that they're successful in implementing these standards. There are going to be some challenges because of the shift in content. We have to address that. We have many teachers who have had some training already. The district would need to make sure that we're providing enough time for them to implement the standards, but also some time for teachers in the district to come back to the table and say what's working, what's not working, and then allow them some time to tweak what it is that they need to do differently. I think that it's going to be very important that we continue to support that and to allocate funding and to allocate time so that they can do it and do it very well.